Good morning. I'm very eager to share a story that we have from Perkins School for the Blind about making transportation more accessible to our citizens who are blind. It's a pleasure to be here representing Perkins School for the Blind at Cities for Tomorrow. We put some design thinking and some community involvement to work, and we created something new called our Blindways app. I'll bet you know the crux of the problem. It's been a big day, you're running late, you got to get there on time, and your smartphone GPS says you've arrived. But really, like, which door am I supposed to go in this part of the block? Where exactly does that express bus stop? It's so frustrating for those of us that can see. Now, imagine doing that without your eyesight. At Perkins, we help people who have low vision or blindness, and we're the first school for the blind in the United States, Helen Keller's alma mater, where innovation is a tradition. But today, our mission is even larger. We're now not only preparing children with vision impairment to face the world, but we're preparing the world for them. We want to make society more accessible to people who have blindness. So several colleagues surfaced this challenge for us. This is Joanne. Joanne is a savvy professional. She's a skilled assistive technology user, and she's an intrepid traveler. When she needs to get to an appointment promptly, she needs to find the bus. But Joanne can't find the bus stop, even with GPS. Wen is an accountant. People trust him to be accurate. Wen needs a safe, accurate way to get home from work after a long day at work. He needs to find the bus stop. So Wen, Joanne, and others that we work with brought us the bus stop challenge. What can be gained by solving this challenge? Well, it's pretty straightforward. People who are blind rely on public transit to get to work, to school, medical appointments, shopping. In short, to be meaningfully engaged in their communities. Now, many of you know paratransit services are costly for public transportation departments, and they're unpredictable and just plain clunky for the riders. So we set about thinking of a way to bring riders with disabilities right into the mainstream of public transportation. When they can take the bus, they can really go places, and we wanted to make that happen. So how did we go about it? First, we recognized that GPS only gets you to within about 30 feet of your goal. That becomes the last 30 feet of frustration when you can't see the bus stop. You need more clues. You need a way, a micro-navigation to safely traverse that last 30 feet to your precise destination, to be able to touch the bus stop sign and know that you're standing where the bus driver is actually going to see you. Our approach started with crowdsourcing, you know, like Yelp and Waze, where volunteers contribute information. It was a smart bet. People have been so enthusiastic about their response. People want to give back to their communities, and they want to help other people within their communities. They want to be involved. The result was a new app we call Blindways. We built it from the ground up to be accessible to anyone with an iPhone, and we made it available for free on the App Store. We've designed a very accurate way to contribute precise clues, landmarks around the bus stop that would be physically touchable, like a mailbox, a fire hydrant, a bench, a driveway. Blindways then reads those audio clues, which have been contributed to the visually impaired traveler. Let's listen for 10 seconds to what that sounds like.
Approaching the stop with the street on your left. Double tap to change direction. Button. 1. Before the stop, there is a metal pole. 2. Closer to the stop, there is a garbage can. 3. The bus stop sign is on a metal pole, on grass or dirt. 4. Beyond the stop, there is an intersection. 5. Further past the stop, there are no landmarks for 10 plus feet.
So those audio cues give them a mental map of the area around the bus stop. And interestingly, sighted clue contributors have also said that Blindways has helped them. They learn when the next bus is going to arrive and also find their way to unfamiliar bus stops. We launched Blindways at Where Else a Bus Stop? The community collaboration among citizens, the Mass Department of Transportation, the Massachusetts Bay Transit Authority, local organizations, and Perkins made a big splash in the media and across social networks. Then we put out a call to action. We asked for volunteers, not only from the community that Perkins naturally touches, but throughout the Boston metropolitan area. And again, the response has been amazing. Volunteers from corporations who have a volunteer day as part of their community service, university students, nonprofits, and the MBTA surveyors even said that they would go out when they're at a bus stop and contribute clues. It's been really amazingly motivating. And then we partnered with the MBTA to create these cards and put them up in the bus system so that we had an outreach to commuters. Today, we have clues for the MBTA bus stops for over 5,200 bus stops. 10 months since launch, there have been thousands of downloads by users as well as clue contributors, both blind or sighted. And we are well on our way to finding that bus stop in Boston. Next up, scaling to a new city for tomorrow, if you will. We believe that there are other cities who could benefit from a similar approach. And the heavy lifting's been done because we had a Google Impact grant that jump-started the first release of Blindways in Boston. So scaling up depends on finding a new urban center who wants to initiate a bus stop challenge for their citizens, and then small customizations for Blindways to make sure we have the landmarks and street furniture that they require in the system. There are travelers like Wen and Joanne in every city. We've found that communities are very interested in making life better for citizens in their areas. And we feel like they're well on their way to getting where they need to go when they have the kind of support and innovation that we've been thinking a lot about. I'm Luiza Aguiar from Perkins School for the Blind. It's been a pleasure sharing that short story of our success with Blindways in Boston. Where does the bus stop next? Your city could be a city for tomorrow with Blindways. Thank you very much.